नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षि हरे ओम यस्यान्तं नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नाम पुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्तेव सदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बौद्धरूपं विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो मांस्तत्त्वमसीति बोधम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय यतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थानामगोचरं लक्ष्यार्थवपुषं वन्दे शङ्करं देशिकं गुरुम्। अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तिदया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं शारदा शारदाम्भोजवदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं क्रियात्। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। Pranams to Paramapujya Ananta Shri Vibhushita Mahasannidhanam Bharati Tirtha Swamiji. and Sannidhanam with Sweekara Bharati Swami. We are starting our contemplation on Sri Shankara Bhagavadpada Acharya as the Jagadguru. That is the subject that is given to us today. So, Acharya Bhagavadpada's teaching, we have to explore for some time so that we will understand what it means or what do we mean by addressing our Acharya as Jagadguru. Because we use many terms without thinking. Somebody is using, we are also using. There is a shloka in Subhashita which says, Gatanugatiko lokaha. The world, someone goes and everyone goes behind. Nalokav paramarthika. Very few people originally inquire, genuinely inquire or think. That is the nature of the world. That is accepted even by Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita when he says, Yadyad acharati shresthaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. A great personality comes because very rarely majority of the people will go to the teaching. It is impossible. Those who have worked in the world to propagate the teaching, they will soon realize this fact that people are inspired more by the presence of a great being than the teaching. But how the great being, that great Acharya attained that state, if you want to know that, you have to go to the teaching. The Upadesha. So, that is the nature of the world. Yad acharati. Whatever a great man does, that the world also follows, tries to follow. Not that everyone can follow, they will try to do it, try to imitate. So that is the nature of the world. So, the majority of people in the world, they get Dharma. They get spiritual inspiration by seeing the life, the character, the actions, and what something which is beyond reason is the presence of a person. Especially a Jivan Mukta. When we say Jivan Mukta, a liberated person, this is a very unique idea which only Vedanta has. Without Vedanta Shastra, no one can even imagine to declare such a thing, that a man with flesh and blood, with all limitations, can cross the border of limitation and become infinite while in the body. Does it go inside? This is the message. This is the message. The Jivan Mukti. Without Vedanta, Bhagavatpada in one place in Bhashyam he says, without the help of Shruti Mata, see, Shankaracharya is a sannyasi. And he became sannyasi when he was 8-year-old. So naturally the boy, the child, he always needs a mother. So Shankaracharya says, I have got a mother. I have not lost my mother. His physical mother is Aryamba Devi. According to the story, we know Shankaracharya left her when he was only 8-year-old, giving a promise that whenever you need me, I will come to you. Whether in daytime or night, whatever may be the time you think about me, I will come to you. Anyamba ratri samaye samayantareva sanchintaya svavashaga avashagatava vima yeshyami tatra samayam sakalam vihaya vishwasamapnuhi mritam api samskarishye. Be convinced, take my word that I will come and do whatever is needed for you when you are not keeping well, and I will also cremate your body. So this kind of Ashirvachanam was given to Aryamba Devi when Shankara left Kaladi. But that Shankaracharya also needs a mother. And he says, we know of course the very famous statement from the Bhakti standpoint. He says, I have a mother, I have a father, wherever I go. And the entire world is my home. Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara. My mother is Parvati, my father is Maheshwara, Mahadeva. Bandhavaha Shiva Bhaktaha. I have so many relatives. Wherever I go, all the devotees are my relatives. Swadesho Bhuvanatrayam. What a concept. What height of universality. Swadesho Bhuvanatrayam. Only when a person can identify with not only this world, he says all the three worlds, then he becomes Jagadguru. Because the entire Jagat belongs to me. I don't belong to any state, any village, any home, any family. Yatra Vishwam Bhavatyega Needam. The Upanishad says, Agnir Murdha Chakshushi Chandra Suryau Disha Shrotre Vag Vivrtasya Vedaha Vayuh Prano Hridayam Vishwamasya Padbhyam Prithvi Hyesha Sarva Bhutantaratma. Hridayam Vishwam. The very universe is his heart. So Shankara says, Bhagavatpada says, we will call him Shankara as a child. He says, I have a mother who is more 1,000 times compassionate than my biological mother and my biological father. And who is that mother? Who is that father? Matru Pitru Sahasrebhyaha api karunaya Hitaishini. Karunaya Hitaishini. That Shruti Mata, that Veda Mata, she gives you the teaching. She is 1,000 times more compassionate than Matra Pita Sahasrebhyaha api Karunaya Gariyasi Shruti Janani. Uktena Vedena Yaduktam Tat Sarvam Sweekaraniyam. That Bhashyam comes in Kathopanishad. Bhagavatpada says that more than 1,000 mothers and 1,000 fathers put together, because that Shruti Mata declares to you Tattvamasi. The truth that you are seeking is you. It is not outside you. And what is that truth? What is that Satyam? It is that you are free here now. This is what we said as Jivan Mukti. While in the body-mind complex, there is a possibility that the person can experience his real nature as infinite Bhuma, as Brahman, as Ananta, as Ananda Swarupa, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. So, this possibility is given only by Vedanta. And you know, Vedanta means end of knowledge, culmination of knowledge, where knowledge finds fulfillment, wholeness. That is Vedanta. So when you come to Vedanta, we can also say it closes all the schools. Vedanta, eternal holiday. No schooling, no grasping. See, we are all caught in this net of grasping or not grasping. The mind can only do these things. Either it will grasp or it will sleep. Right? Satsanga also it is like that. Either if I ask understand, understood. Or sleep. If you don't understand, the mind has only two doors. Either it will grahana or agrahana. Either knowing or not knowing. And the jnanam which Vedanta gives you is neither grahana na agrahana. Grahana agrahana varjitam. It is beyond grahana and agrahana. It is beyond grasping and ignorance. It is the very self that is within us, about which Vedanta declares that it is free. The moment you know it, you become free. The moment you know your Atman, you know that it is the eternal, it is the Purna Vastu, there you find fulfillment in your life. So, to give this knowledge, when a teacher arrives, see, now our subject is Jagadguru. Jagat means world. See, when we already told that the world is always imitation. Someone comes, you imitate. Everything is imitation in world. So, if someone is called Jagadguru, everyone will put Jagadguru. So, okay, we will be little more large-hearted regarding this, right? Jagat means world or universe. You can say he is the universal teacher. Universal teacher. And nobody can be a universal teacher. It is not possible. We simply know that there are many who do not even accept Shankaracharya. So nobody can be a Jagadguru. Then in what way we call him Jagadguru? Even when Krishna comes and teaches or Shiva comes and teaches, people will remain where they are. Even the followers, they will say, we will do puja to you, but not following the teaching. That is not possible. So, Jagadguru, we will come to it in various forms. Once Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami said that to the person for whom the Jagat is Guru, he is also Jagadguru. Not that you are the Guru to the Jagat. Jagat is your Guru. The entire world is your Guru. Then also your Jagadguru. So that is one way of saying. Another is, there are certain principles which is universal. Which are universal. For example, in Yoga Sutra, there is a word, there is a sutra which says Sarvabhauma Mahavratam. Sarvabhauma means universal, to the entire earth. See, putting bhasma is only known to some of us. Or Urdhva Pundra. It is also not, never can it become universal. See, taking bath, even that cannot become universal. You go to Himalayas, it is not possible to take 3 times bath, sometimes in very cold season. So outer things can never be universal. But Patanjali says, Satyam, Ahimsa, all these can be universal. Not hating anyone, friendly with anyone, truthfulness, peace, all these are sarvabhauma. It is universal. It is not that only a Shaiva needs this or Vaishnava needs this. Only an Advaiti needs this. Or a Vishishta Advaiti needs this. Not like that. It is universal. Those qualities are universal. And above all, the knowledge of the self, atma jnana, nothing is universal like atma jnana. If you say Shiva Bhakti, if you go and talk about Shiva to some African, he might not be knowing it. If you talk about Vishnu Bhakti to someone in the Middle East, he will not be knowing it. But everyone has the problem of avidya, ignorance. And everyone needs peace, shanti. That is universal. The thirst for shanti is universal. It is not that only Hindus need shanti. No. Even a Nastika needs shanti. Sometimes the Nastikavada is proposed by a Nastika because he finds shanti there. Accepting God somehow disturbs him. So when he finds a Nastikavada, he finds Shanti. I have found in many communist people in Kerala, they are great bhaktas of Karl Marx. They are very emotionally attached. They have found a little bit of peace by saying all these good things does not exist. So Shanti, the thirst for Shanti is there in the human soul, within everyone. That is why, even if you don't understand anything in Vedas, you will just listen, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Enough. You have understood Vedas. You have understood the Vedartha. Because Bhagavan asks in Bhagavad Gita, Ashantasya kutas sukham. If you want 2 words from Gita, you can take this. Krishna asks, Ashantasya kutaha sukham. 3 words. Krishna is asking, you have so much money, but no Shanti. What is the use? You are famous all over the world, a celebrity, but no peace. What is the use? Shankaracharya also has written, Tatahkyam, 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 Tatahkyam. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? You are very well known, very strong, but no Shanti, no peace. What is the use? So, when you want Shanti, when you thirst for Shanti, actually that is the genuine thirst for liberation. Right? It is not even an inquisitiveness. It is a deep hunger, a burning thirst for blazing thirst for Shanti. When you get that Shanti, that peace, you have found Atma. Somewhere in Bhashyam, Bhagavatpada puts one word. What is this Atma? Acharya says, Shantoyam Atma. Shanti is Atma. The very experience of peace is the self. And when we say yoga samadhi, it means Shanti. So Shanti is samadhi. In Gita also, Krishna finishes the teaching with Shanti. He says, if you want Shanti, you surrender to Bhagavan who is in your heart. Don't search for Bhagavan here and there. It is in your heart. He is in your heart. He is the monitor there. He is propelling you from within. He is driving your body chariot. Surrender to him. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hriddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharata, with all bhavas, with all your, whatever you are made of, with all that you surrender to him. Tat prasadat, by his grace. By the grace of whom? Not someone outside. By the grace of him who is within your heart. Param shantim sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. By his grace, you will get supreme peace. Supreme peace means what? The peace which will not come and go. You have a little bit of experience of peace, then it goes, it is not real peace. So, parashanti, that supreme peace, it stays. That is why he puts another word also, sthanam. There is a place within you, which the Vedanta calls as hridayam, the heart. when your mind enters there, Hrida Manisha Manasabhikripto Yayenam Viduhu Amrtaste Bhavanti. When the intellect enters the heart, when it comes and touches the deepest core of one's being, where there is ocean of peace, profound peace, the Upanishad says if you want to meditate, meditate that your self is peace. And not simply a little bit of peace, meditate that your very nature is abundant peace. Shanti samruddham amritam. The Shruti says samruddham means profound, abundant, so much, prosperous. Shanti amritam. It is deathless, it is immortal, it is your very nature. Iti upasva, a prachina yogya upasva. Oh, the ancient seeker, you were a seeker from many, many births. So now you start meditating that what you are seeking is your own atman, your own self, and that self is Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So when your mind comes and touches that Shanti, when the mind like a honeybee starts drinking that honey in the heart, otherwise it is habituated to drink honey through all the senses outside. Instead of that, it gives up everything and seeks that madhu in the heart. Saragam madhu, as the Bhagavata puts it. That very sweet madhu, very sweet honey in the heart, when it starts drinking that madhuryam, that shanti, that shitalata. Yoga Vasishta uses the word antashitalata, the deep inner coolness. You have to feel it. The deep inner coolness, antashitalata. When it comes, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also uses that word in Tamil, Chittam Kulira. He says, Arunachala, you are my Acharya, keep your hand on my head and let my mind, which is boiling due to samsara, settle down, become cool with peace. Chittam Kulira. So that Shanti, the thirst for Shanti, when it comes, you are qualified for this universal teaching. And Shankara Vijaya says, when Bhagavan Dakshinamurti saw that so many are thirsting for this. No, a great teacher listens when so many devotees, so many mumukshus happen to take birth in the world. Their mumukshutva means this desire for liberation. I want to be free. I want to attain that state from where I will not come down. When that thirst arises, when that thirst arises, it is the seed of Jivan Mukti. When that seed comes inside you, be sure that you are going to meet your Guru. So, when so many had that, it became a force. Just like when you light fire, the smoke travels. Like that, this fire of mumukshutva in many arose as a storm and brought a very dark, dense cloud which has drunk deep from the nectarine ocean of Satchidananda was brought here to shower abundant rain of jnanam. These words are not mine. This is also Shankaracharya's words. In Prabodha Sudhakara, Shankaracharya says, Nityananda Sudhanidhehe Adhigata Sannila Megha. A blue cloud, a dark cloud. The cloud has drunk deep the water of nectar from Nityananda Sudha Nidhi. And that cloud can rain in the ocean itself. Instead of that, it is brought to Kerala. And from there, it travelled the entire length and breadth of Bharatavarsha. Sannila Megha. What brought it? A storm. And what is that wind? The wind is mumukshutva of many, not of Shankaracharya's age, but we are all sitting now. See, in Vedanta there is no time. If you want to see Shankaracharya, you can see Shankaracharya in your heart. So, Autkantya Prabala Prabhanjana Bharaihi Akarshito Varshati. Autkantya. Utkantha means anxiety. See, we are anxious, we are depressed, we are sometimes having tension due to some worldly problem. This is an energy. You can have the same energy to get Bhagavan. When you want, in bhakti, you can say it is to Bhagavan. I want Bhagavan. I want to see Bhagavan. Like that. Hamsa Padmavanam Samichati Yata Neelambudam Chatakaha Kokah Kokanada Priyam Pratidinam Chandram Chagorastata Cheto Vanchati Mamakam Pashupate Chinmargam Rigyam Vibho Gaureenatha Bhagavatpada Yugalam Kaivalya Saukhya Pradam. Chinmargam Rigyam. It's a very beautiful word. Shankaracharya says this atma vichara marga, he gives a new name for it, chin marga. It is the marga of chit, the path of pure awareness. See, you are traveling from the very beginning in light, not in darkness. In the very beginning, the very initiation, you are initiated into the chin marga. And then the search begins within, and the search moves within, and the search concludes within. No going out. Till now you are searching outside. But now the thirst, the fire arose within to realize. Cheto vanchati mamakam. My mind is, O Lord, restless to get you. My mind, like a swan which is separated from Ramanacharana Tirtha, it is wanting to go back. Like that, O Lord, I am searching, I am seeking you, I am thirsting for your experience, says Shankaracharya and Shivananda Lahari. So in this way, when a person wants the knowledge of the self, it becomes a force. See, all of you have heard Bhagavatam. Parikshit, the king, he decided, I want Sakshatkar. Not this kingdom or anything, just threw away everything. So much force. Renunciation will not come that easily. See, a small boy, 8-year-old, left everything and went to Madhya Pradesh from Kerala. It's not that easy. Now I am coming from Rishikesh, in Shivananda Ashram. There was a talk on Sannyasa centenary. There I heard about one of the disciples of Shivananda Swami. One person suddenly appeared in the ashrama with all dirty clothes and very shabby look, very weak. And someone brought him to the ashram office and he was not talking. He said, I want a pen and paper. By action he showed. When they gave a pen and paper, he said, when I heard about Swami Shivananda, I felt I want to see him. Till I see him, I will not speak to anyone. He was from Udupi. From Udupi, he has walked up to Rishikesh, taking Bhiksha many places, and without talking, and till his last, he was the attendant of Swami Shivananda. After that, his name was Sachidananda Saraswati. See, what is this force which makes a person walk from down south to North India to meet one's Guru? And that force is what we call as mumukshutva. We had a Swami in Kerala, Jnanananda Saraswati. He also did the same thing. He walked from Kerala to Rishikesh, taking Bhiksha here and there. And went there, took sannyasa and came by train. Swami Shivananda said, you go back and talk on Bhagavatam and Shankaracharya's Prakarana Granthas. He did lot of work, lot of Vedanta Prachara, Advaita Vedanta Prachara he did in Kerala. About 30 years back, he had his Samadhi. So, this mumukshutva, when it comes, then that becomes a force. When Parikshit with mumukshutva came to Ganga Tira, that force invited Shugabrahma Maharshi. That is a force. So like that, all our force has brought Shankaracharya. Ajnanantar gahanapatitan atma vidyopadeshaihi tratum lokan bhavadava shikata papapachyamanan muktva maunam vatavidapino mulato nishpatanti shambhor murti charati bhuvane Shankaracharya rupa. People have fallen into ajnana, gahanapatitan. It is deep, very deep well. Bhagavata says this samsara is a well without water. Andhakupam. You have fallen, neither can you drink a little water there, nor can you come out of it. So in those who have fallen there, how to rescue them? Atma vidyopadeshaihi, by the knowledge of the self. By transmitting the knowledge of the self. And who came? Dakshinamurti himself came. Dakshinamurti himself, giving up his maunam, came down as Acharya Bhagavadpada and moved about here, emanating this teaching, propagating this advaita jnana, this atma vidya. I prefer to call it atma vidya, because advaita is the fruit. But the knowledge is the knowledge of the Atman. You need not know much. The Mundagopanishad says, Tamevaikam janatha atmanam anyavacho vimunjatha amritasyesha setu. You want to attain amritatva. The Shruti calls, Amritasya putraha. You are all children of immortality. You have every right to be immortal. To find that state of deathlessness. So if you want that, Shrinvantu Vishve Amritasya putraha. Everywhere in the world, whoever he is, let them listen. Let the Devas also listen. Aye dhamani divyani tastu. So that knowledge of the Atman is universal. Wherever you go, even a Nastika needs that. To see, as we have already told, peace, Shanti is needed for everyone. That is why when we start Vedanta, we say everyone is desiring Sukham. You know what it means, Sukham? Su means good. That we know. But what is Kam? Kam means Akasha. It means infinity. When you touch the infinity in you, that is Sukham. Bhumeva Sukham. Nalpe Sukham asti. When you come in contact with the infinitude in you, that is Sukham. Kam Brahma. Kam Brahma. That Akasha, Yadesha Akasha Anando Nasyad. The Shruti says, Akasha Ananda. When you touch the infinitude, Anantata, Etre Nanyat Pashyati, Nanyat Shrunoti, Nanyat Vijanati. That is Bhuma. When the other is not seen. So, okay. So this Atma Vidya, this Atma Jnana is the subject, which is Jagad Vidya, which everyone wants. See, the beauty of this Atma Vidya is, once you have it, you can give it by talking. You can give it by not talking. You can give it by firing someone. You can give it by any kind of communication. But if you do not have it, you cannot give it by talking. You cannot give it by lessons. You cannot give it in any form. See, once you have it in you, it just enters into the other because it is a very natural knowledge. You see, just go a little skin deep inside you. You will find this phenomenon. You have cold, the next person will just move away. Because contagious. After corona, everyone is afraid. Because it can come to me. So, in the biological level itself, see, someone yawns. Kotavi. And sleep comes, it travels. Everyone starts doing it. So, this knowledge is not simply biological. It transcends biology, Annamaya Kosha. It transcends Pranamaya Kosha. Prana, you can say chemistry. It is connected to chemicals also. It transcends psychology, Manomaya Kosha. It transcends your intellect, Vijnanamaya. And deep when you come and contact, stand in front of Ananda, bliss within you. And that bliss, when it becomes steady, no more kosha. It never comes and goes. Kosha means limited. When that limitation is taken off, Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. You know that Ananda is your nature. The very self is Ananda. Atma is Ananda. It is not that you are experiencing Ananda. Ananda is Anubhava Swarupa. It is the very nature of the experience. It is existence itself. It is Sadvastu. That is why we call Sadananda. It is Asti Bhati Priyam. Exists, it shines forth, it is blissful. So when you have that bliss in you, when you recognize that bliss as your very nature, then you just go and sit inside a cave. Then also propagation will happen. First you have it, you need not propagate, you need not write book, you need not even talk. Govinda Bhagavatpada decided to sit in a cave in Narmada, on the bank of Narmada. Sakshad Ishvara Parameshwara came down and he had to walk all the distance to him to get the knowledge. And what drew that little boy Shankara to Narmada? The power of the knowledge. The power of the knowledge is such that it can be transmitted to the other. See, this is the Ukara of Pranava. In the Mandukya Upanishad, Shruti says, A, U, Ma, Amatra. There, Utkarshad, Ubhayatvadva, Utkarshadihavai, Jnana Santatim. The power of the knowledge enters the mind. Manasai Vedam Aptavyam. The Jivan Mukta's mind is vibrant with Atma Vidya. So it just travels to the other person's heart. Tene Brahma Hrda Ya Adi Kavaye. From heart to heart, this knowledge is transmitted to the deserving aspirant. This Vidya was done by Dakshinamurti in Maunam. It was just in Maunam, Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattva. Shankaracharya, in his Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Ubhayalinga Adhikarunam, he says, one person goes to a teacher, lives 1 year with him. The teacher is not teaching. The disciple asks, you didn't teach me. The teacher said, I was constantly teaching. Brumaha khalu, tvam tu na vijanasi. Avachanenaiva Brahma provacha. Without uttering one word, he was transmitting Brahman. So this is the power of Mauna. So that Mauna was there in Dakshinamurti. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was also, many people experienced it. In that presence, Maunam. The Maunam was so profound, it was not simply verbal silence. It was more eloquent than speech. So that power, so the knowledge, Brahma Vidya, this Atma Vidya is so powerful. And when such a teacher is there, he is Jagadguru. Because the entire Jagat is benefited by his presence. Even those who do not accept him as his guru, as their guru, even they are benefited. Even those who deny him, they are also benefited. Bhagavatam says you can have attachment to Bhagavan, you can have desire to Bhagavan, you can get angry with Bhagavan, you can become jealous of Bhagavan, you can become afraid of Bhagavan, you can also have devotion to Bhagavan. By whatever emotion you get a connection with the divine, you will be liberated. Gopyaha kamat bhayat kamsaha dveshat chaityadayo nrupaha sambandhad vrishnayaha snehad yuyam bhaktyavayam vibho. It is called Sambrambha Yoga. So, those who hate Bhagavatpada, those who criticize Bhagavatpada, they are also Bhagavatpada's devotees. Let them hear. Bhagavata, which they also accept so much, Bhagavata says, when you hate someone, you are more connected to him than through devotion. Yatha vairānubandhena martyaha tanmayatamiyat na tatha bhakti yogena iti me nishchitamati. By hating someone, the way you are connected to him, you cannot even get connected by bhakti yoga. That is why husband and wife fight so much. That is deep connection. Deep connection. So, in any way you can get connect to Bhagavatpada. Because an enlightened being, a Jivan Mukta, when he happens to be here, Swami Vivekananda says, when he introduces Shankaracharya in his complete verse, my master, he is talking about Ramakrishna, but talks about many teachers. But when he talks about Shankaracharya, he says, then God arose in south. That is the first word. Then he says, God arose in south. So, this is the introduction. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi translated Viveka Chudamani in Tamil. He says in Tamil, Parameshwaran Bhagavatpadalaha Vandu. He uses the word Sakshat Parameshwara came as Bhagavatpada. So that is the tradition of Advaita Parampara, Vedanta Parampara, where, and we call Shiva. Bhagavatpada is called Shiva. Why? Is it with Jada or Shulam? No. Sureshwaracharya, Manasollasa Vartigam. He says, Paramadvaita Vijnanam Kripayayo Dadatiyaha Soyam Guruvara Sakshat Shiva Eva Na Samshaya. A guru who can give you the Advaita Jnana by a look, by his presence, by one word, he is Shiva himself. So that way, Bhagavatpada has given us in many ways. No, everyone will not know Prasthanatare Bhashyam. Very few are qualified for that. But Bhajagovindam, at least the name everyone will say. Or some stotra like Achyutam, Keshavam, Ramanacharana, mere Nama Sankirtanam. Mudakarat, Modakam, everything. So many stotras. He has attended to the lowest type of seeker to the highest mumukshu. For everyone he has given. For bhakti he has given. And in stotras also, simple Nama Kirtana is there. And profound stotra like Dakshinamurti stotra, you have to study it after Prasthanatare Bhashya. Such profundity is there in it. So that also he has given. And he has walked the entire distance of Bharata Varsha. Wherever you go, they will say Shankaracharya came here, Shankaracharya wrote this stotra. Shankaracharya did worship in this temple. Like that, when Swami from Uttarakashi, he told me that when they went deep in some forest area in the Himalayas, there was a Bhairava temple. And in that Bhairava temple, they chant a Bhujanga Prayata Stotram. Then he asked, it was flawless, but they do not know Sanskrit. Sanskritam na jananti. Still they are doing it. And they said, Shankaracharya came here and had sang this Bhujanga Prayatam for this Bhairava. And my father, grandfather, like that, generations after generation, that has come to us. So we do not know how many like this, and people will question whether it is that one Shankaracharya or many Shankaracharya. These are all research topic. I am not entering it. Shankaracharya for us, for some people, Shankaracharya is Viveka Chudamani. For some people, Shankaracharya is Bhajagovindam. For some people, Shankaracharya is Mudakarata Modakam. For some people, Shankaracharya is Upanishad Bhashya, Prasthanatre Bhashya, Brahmasutra Bhashya, Gita Bhashya. And for some people, Advaita goes to all the Siddhi Granthas, Advaita Siddhi, Chitsuki, Khandana, Khandya, Khadya, all this. Perhaps you have not even heard those names. Such states they go. So, Shankaracharya is all this. When you take Shankaracharya as the Bhava Sharira in your heart, he is the Jagadguru because he gives the knowledge for all. And he gives the knowledge by which you can attain liberation while you are here. And that liberation is not something which you have to attain in future. Iha ched avedi tatha satyamasti. Na chediha avedi mahadi vinashti. If you fail to attain it here, now, while in body, it is great loss. So, you have to attain it while in the body, in the embodiment. You have to know the asharirata. Ashariram sharireshu. While in the body, you recognize the self, know what is the self. Right? So, and what is this knowledge? We have given all this introduction. What is this knowledge? See, without this knowledge, Shankaracharya says, life is very, very dangerous. This entire world, with all the chaos, all the problems, how is it running? Yoga Vasishta says, Yam samsara sarani. This current of samsara, suffering, vahati ajna prasadata. It says, by the grace of the ignorant. Right? See, the sarcasm behind it. It says, by the grace of the ignorant. The ignorant person is so gracious that he is keeping this samsara alive. By mutual collective hypnosis. I tell you, you are the body. You tell me, I am the body. I say, you have problem. You tell me, I have problem. Only the Guru comes and tells that you have no problem. You are Brahman. Somewhere I saw a board in Kerala, I think, one hospital advertisement. You feel yourself well, you feel yourself strong, don't believe that you are healthy. See, this is the way that they do these things, It's very, very risky to have ignorance. That is why Shankaracharya says, atma-jnana vihinaha mudhaha te pachyante naraka nigudha. Those who are without atma-jnana, they get cooked in naraka because their mind itself is hell. Their mind itself is a cooking pot. Get cooked there, tapatrayam. Physical problem, mental problem from the outer world. So all these problems are there. So, Atma-jnana is the message. It is the universal teaching. It is the knowledge of the self. Know thyself. That is enough. The only thing that is needed is to know who you are. What is your real nature? To know the I in you. You need not know the you or he because it is mithya. It is darkness. I is light. I will put the whole teaching in a nutshell. Shankaracharya's teaching, that too from Brahma Sutra Bhashya. He says, I is light, you is darkness. Only these two. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gochadayoho vishaya vishayinoho tamah prakashavad viruddha swabhavayo. One is prakasha, the other is tamah. So the I is light. When I say you, do you feel you? When I address you as you feel I. Right? When I say he, the he can never be contacted. The third person cannot be contacted. But when you contact him, he becomes the second person. You, Tvampada. That is why Shankaracharya did not say he. He said aham tvam. Asmat yushmat. So this yushmat means the entire world. It is darkness. When I say you don't feel you, there is only I. So only I exists. And I is Swayam Prakasha. it can be experienced by you. See, the most profound thing, the simplest of the truth is that you are experiencing your existence as I, without senses, without mind, without body. Have you ever thought about it? Such a simple thing. No? Body, we give so much importance to body, but body you can never know completely. Nobody can dare to say, I know the entire body. You might have studied in some book about liver or heart or respiratory system or brain. But you can never see it in yourself. Just like some astrologer says, Shani, Chova, like that you say liver problem, heart problem. Somebody has to say. So the only thing that you have direct anubhava, aparoksha anubhava, is this I. The word in Vedanta is aparoksha, means without any intermediary, the thing that you can experience is aham pada. The meaning of I. The meaning of I is me. It is the experience of my existence. It is the anubhava swarupa, swabodha. Then why are our mind, brain not turning towards it? Paranchikhani vyadranath, going out, thinking about many things, finding it very difficult to bring the brain away from outside information to what is inside you as your experience, as consciousness. Is this not universal? The body is not universal. Everyone's body is different. It's not universal. The mind, a body-related knowledge can never be universal. Mind-related knowledge also can never be universal. So by studying the body, you cannot become a Jagadguru. By studying the mind, you cannot become a Jagadguru. But go deep and touch the deepest core. The moment you touch it, see, the mystery is, the Vedanta says, you are touching the Maru Bhumi, where the body, the mind, the ego are all appearance of water. When you go and touch the deepest core, you know that within you experience that I have no body. I have no mind. See, such an experience is possible. That is, Vedanta promises that others will see the body. Others will see your suffering, your pleasure, pain, etc. But deep within you, a convincing knowledge arises that Ashariroyam atma. In myself, there is no body, so body problem ends there. There is no mind, so mind problem ends there. Here I find absolute, not solution, but dissolution of problems. That is the nirvana. Nirvana means blowing out. Brahma nirvanam, that is what Bhagavan uses in Gita. Blowing out of the body, blowing out of the mind, blowing out of the ego, the jiva bhava. And the person, though appears as if having a body, is a jivan mukta. Dehiva drishyate so, parantosam kevalo hi atma. He appears like an embodied one, but he is pure atma, pure self. Such a state exists, you can also attain it. For that you have to listen to Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Before that you have to qualify yourself by purity of the mind, discipline of the senses, right thirst for this knowledge. Everything has to arise as tapobhihi kshina papanam. Papa means anything that obstructs this dawning of the knowledge is papa. You listen, but the knowledge is not happening means papa is there. And papa means what? Weakness of the body, weakness of the mind. The senses are disorderly. So you put everything in order, then you create a situation where this jnana can happen. Sometimes you listen to the Guru once, jnana can happen. Sakrit Shravana. If it is not happening, you have to aparokshya atma vijnanam. Panchadeshi Vidyaranya says, till the aparoksha jnana arises, Shravanadi. You have to again and again listen. Do manana, nididhyasana. So that the experience become very deep and you realize that aham brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. My aham is not this body or mind or ego. Here I find that supreme profound peace. Krishna, with so much compassion, says, at least realize this before you give up the body. Antakalepi esha brahmi sthitif partha nainam prapya vimuhyati. My dear Partha, this is the Brahma Sthiti, knowledge of Brahman. The moment there is no sthiti, there is no attainment, there is no reaching it. Atma labha means Atma jnana only. In Vedanta Upanishad, Bhashya Bhagavatpada says, jnanameva labha. It is like you have a mala in your neck, you search for it here and there. At last someone comes and tells you it is there. Oh, I am having it. Like that, the moment Guru declares Tattvamasi, you recognize, I am that. And you are a Jivan Mutta. You are liberated then and there. That very moment you become free. That knowledge can happen like this. So see, such simplicity is there. That is why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said, Ayye atisulabham atma vidyai. He says, oh, this atma vidya is so simple. Noyar tamakkum ulam kayyamalakkani. Even for an ordinary person, if he has Guru Bhakti, this knowledge can arise within directly, immediately, by listening, because there is nothing complex in it. All our outer knowledge, it's all complex. This knowledge is simply like wearing this specs, this glass. Someone comes and tells it is there in your nose. That's all. Sometimes I will search for it wearing this. Where is my spectacle? Take the spectacle and put and search. Through those glasses. Like that, you are searching for Atma through Atma. We know the story where Swami Vivekananda as Narendranath went to Ramakrishna and asked, have you seen God? And Ramakrishna said, I have seen God. You can also see God. I have seen God more near than I am seeing you. More intimate. Because this knowledge is the most intimate, Upanishad. The same question was asked to Vivekananda when he was in America. Swami, have you seen God? He said, I have seen nothing but God. If I have to see you, I have to see you through God. Means what? It is the consciousness. It is the self within me. So, the self is always labdham. That is why Hastamalaka said, Nityopalabdhi swarupoham atma. I am that Atma which is ever attained. It is not something which I have to achieve, attain. It is so simple, so intimate, so near, yet it becomes so difficult. Even Shankaracharya wonders why this difficulty. Because he says his own autobiography, I went from Kerala to Madhya Pradesh, went to Govinda Bhagavatpada, and Govinda Bhagavatpada asked, who are you? I said, na bhumir, na toyam, na tejo, na vayuhu, nakham, nendriyam va, na tesham samuhaha, anaikantikatva, sushuptyeka siddhaha, tadego vashishta shivah kevaloham. The moment Guru asks, the knowledge is there. It is so simple. Still, even when we tell this, people are not recognizing. They say, I am the grandson of so-and-so. I am the great-grandson of so-and-so. I am the nephew and so-and-so. They go on talking all nonsense. Aho atigambhira duravagahya vichitrayam maya. Edayam sarvopi. Paramartha satatvopi eva muchyamanepi na grinnati aham paramatmeti. Anuchyamanepi aham amushya putra iti grinnati. Nunam parasyaiva mayaya momuhyamanaha sarvo lokah bambrameti. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavata. So all in the Kathopanishad Bhashyam. So Acharya himself wonders why is this happening, even when declared by a Pramanika Acharya that you are Brahman. They are not taking it. They go to some Jyotsya and he says, do this vrata for Ashtami, Navami, Chaturdashi. He does that with bhakti. But when Shruti Mata is telling you, Ahasputam Tattvamasi Vedaha, Adhyashtamiti, Navamiti, Chaturdashiti, Jyotishkavache, Upavasanti Bhaktya. Shrutestvaho Tattvamasi Vakyam na Vishwasanti Adbhutameta. This is the greatest wonder that Shruti Mata is declaring Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. He is not. That is why he says Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi 3 times. 9 times in Chandogya. Right? So with that also he is not receiving. It means what? Guru Karunayeva Nava Praktana Bhagyanukula Marutaya Dustara Dukkatarangaha Samsara Sagarastirna. Acharya says, by that boat of Guru Karuna, that Guru's grace, Guru Karunayeva Nava, the boat has to move, wind is needed. And the wind is Praktana Bhagyanukula Marutaya. By the wind of all the Praktana Punya, all those good things that I have done in the past, it brought me to my master. Dustara Dukkhataranga, this sorrowful, immense suffering of samsara, I just crossed. Samsara Sagara Stirna, that which cannot be easily crossed, I just crossed it very easily by the grace of Guru, by the wind of Purva Punya Bala. So with all that, one has to attain that liberation, that Atma Jnana. To know that my I, what is this I within me? When you inquire, this is Nididhyasana. You hear from Vedanta, I am not the body, I am not the mind. And who is this I within? You listen from the teacher. Then what is Nididhyasana? Nididhyasana is, you go to some undisturbed place, sit there, ekanta sthitihi, kriyantara sakti vapasya kitako, dhyayan yathalimhi alibhava vrachati. You have to do samadhi abhyasa. Means ekanta, you sit and inquire, what is this I? Nididhyasana. What is this I? Who am I? What is this? Aham. This body is not me. Then I have the experience of I. Turn your entire mind Put your intellect there, mind there, attention there. Tad buddhayaha, tad atmanaha, tannishtaha, tad parayana. No other engagement. It is not 15 minutes before office. Incessant inquiry. Even while you are going to office, even when you sit in the office, you have this inquiry within. Then one day your superior officer calls you, said, I have given you sannyasa. Then you get liberated. Right? You need not take sannyas. You take this jnanam, jnanam will give you sannyasa. Jnanam sannyasa lakshanam, said Shankaracharya. Jnanam is with the sign of sannyasa. Sannyasa is the fruit of jnanam. Sannyasa is the fruit of jnanam, because when the knowledge comes, you lose all your interest in other things. You are absorbed in meditation on the atman. When we meditate on Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami, there is that sloka, Sada Atma Dhyana Niratam Vishayebhyaha Parangmukham Naomi Shastreshu Nishnatam Chandrasekhara Bharati. Sada Atma Dhyana Niratam. What happened to him? In the Abhinav Vidyatirtha Swami said, my Gurudeva was the Mathadipati for 54 years. I think 34 or some years, and he did not rule even for 34 days or something like that. Because his only lakshya was Nirantara Atma Dhyana. So he became averse to all the Vishayanubhava, and his Shastra Jnana was very strong. Naumi Shastreshu Nishnatam. So this is the Patham that Shankaracharya has given us. This knowledge of the self, this Atma Vidya he has given us. He has given us so much. He has given us the universal knowledge. With this knowledge, you can also conquer the world. How to conquer the world? By wiping out the world. Removing the world from awareness. Guru means light. Gu shabdastu andhakarasya. Ru shabdastan nirodhaka. Andhakara nirodhitvad guru ritya bhidiyate. That Guru is light. He removes your inner darkness and he reveals that which is most intimate to you as your own Atma. And when he has revealed it to you, Brahma Shabdair Namukti Syad. Simply by Brahman, telling Brahman it is not over, you have to, as I take a treasure, unearth a treasure. Like that, you have to unearth from within. Vivek Chudamani, Bhagavatpada says, like a khananam, shiladi utpatanam, like that, you have to do from within, removing the avarana, removing all obstacles for jnanam. Jnanam you might have got by listening, but for that jnanam to become anubhava, to become experience, actually, it's a great secret is by doing, you will not get it. You can gain maturity by doing. That is by doing upasana, by doing karma yoga, you will gain refinement of mind. But Shravana, after listening, after getting this knowledge, many people ask, what should I do to make this experience? After getting this knowledge, take it for certain, you will not find the fruition by doing, but only by renouncing. Nyasa yesham tapasam adiriktamahu. It is the greatest tapas. The more and more you give up, the more and more you give up your hold on things that are anatma, the more and more your mind becomes pliable, very simple. It is available to you always for Atma Dhyana. Manasaivedam aptavyam. The Shruti says you have to get this Atma Jnana by your mind. If the mind is given to otherworldly things, how will you experience it? Atma is there inside, it is available. Now you have to put your mind there. Absorb that state by the mind, because you live where your mind lives. If your mind has absorbed Brahma Vidya, you live in Brahma Loka. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishitarthaha Sannyasa Yoga Dhyatayaha Shuddha Sattvaha Te Brahma Lokeshu Na Antakale Parantakale. While you are alive, Ihaiva Brahmaiva Lokaha, that is the Bhashya. Brahmaiva Lokaha, the world is Brahman. For him, his mind is full of Brahmanubhava. So he lives in Brahmaloka. He lives in consciousness. He lives in Chaitanya. That is what we said as Chinmargam. The Chaitanya Margam. And Advaita Parampara is Chaitanya Margam. There, the Chaitanya is revealed. The Chit is revealed, not Jadam. When you know the Chit, you know the essence of Mahavakya. In Lalita Sahasranama, there is a nama, Chitihi Tatpada Lakshyartha Chideka Rasarupini. The Chitihi, the Chit, pure awareness, is the Tatpada Lakshyartha, implied meaning of Tattvamasi. So that experience let us have by the grace of Jagadguru, Bhagavatpada, and in that parampara, we have all these Advaita Mathas have come, and Sringeri Acharya has most compassionately given us this opportunity to have Vedanta Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Let it culminate in Shanti and Saukyam for us. Shanti, we said, Saukhya Upadesham Kuru. That is also a prarthana. Give me Upadesha by which I will attain Saukhyam, happiness. So let that Saukhyam come to all. Let all attain that Shanti. Sarvepi Sukhinas Santu. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kasyit Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti.